Today, we're going to talk about the Saliva Ejector Holder. It is a very simple, cost-saving method to achieve and maintain superior isolation. This simple device allows you to cut preps easily, no assistant needed. When restoring, the cheek and tongue are out of the way so you can focus on the tooth. How cool is that? This is a setup for a lower. A saliva ejector is pierced by the tine of the holder. The ejector tip can be adjusted back and forth depending on the location of the operative tooth. It is very easy to place, not uncomfortable to the patient. Your patient can move their jaw around. Placing NeoDries completes the setup. Then you just simply connect the saliva ejector and you're ready to go. This is the setup for the upper arch. The ejector tip will be positioned directly behind the most distal molar and will suck up any pooling saliva. Now let's look at a case that would have been very challenging had I not had the saliva ejector holder available to me. As evident on the radiograph, the gold crown on tooth number 18 has decay at the mesial interproximal margin. Crown will be replaced. Rubber dam is an excellent tool for removing old crowns, quick and easy to place. You are only isolating one tooth. There is no need to floss the contact, clamp it and go. As you can see, it is easy to visualize your buccal to lingual slice. Saliva ejector setup. The lingual tine of the holder is pushed through the saliva ejector near the tip. The tail of the saliva ejector is bent to pass over the opposite bicuspids. Saliva ejector holder in place. NeoDry absorptive pads have been placed buccal and lingual. Note how the pads triangulate distal of the prep. Crown buildup is completely isolated. Tongue and cheek out of the way. Saliva ejector busy collecting saliva. Crown prep ready for impression. Excellent isolation provided by the toothsome combination of the saliva ejector holder and the NeoDries. Triple tray impression. Patient closes down on the triple tray as the saliva ejector holder is removed. NeoDries are left in the mouth while the impression sets up. Impression tooth number 18. Temporary crown. Utility wax secures Emax crown to a wooden stick. Makes for easier delivery. The saliva ejector holder now provides excellent isolation for bonding the Emax crown. Emax crown bonded. The large tongue and plump cheek had to be restrained throughout the procedure. The saliva ejector holder in combination with NeoDries made this possible. Setup for isolating upper molars. The tip of the saliva ejector is elongated on the holding tine and bent toward the distal of the upper molar. The holder secures the tongue while the saliva ejector and the buccal NeoDry keeps the field free of moisture throughout the restorative procedure. This is a close-up of the upper arch setup. The tip of the saliva ejector is behind the distal molar, preventing saliva pooling. This is the pedo version of the saliva ejector holder. Kids tolerate it very well. It is excellent for placing sealants, particularly when working alone. In summary, the saliva ejector holder holds the tongue at bay, and extra precaution preventing the tongue from jumping into the operative field. Patient has freedom to move their jaw. patient not locked open by a bite block. And finally, the holder provides access to the operative field.